Hi, welcome to the very first Money Witch YouTube video. I look forward today to sharing some ideas that are important to me. And I apologize to all my artist viewers out there for the low quality video production value of my offering. I'm not a super techie person, so I appreciate that you appreciate high quality aesthetic, and I potentially may deliver it to you eventually. But for now, welcome to my world. So, hi everybody. Today I just want to talk about the very premise of my work and why I do this financial work. So, earlier today, I was walking past one of my altars and an oracle card jumped out at me. I've been using Marcella Krall's Sacred Symbols Oracle deck, and kind of exclusively actually for a couple months, I think. I've been neglecting my other decks and my more like complex tarot decks. But this card literally had like jumped on the floor and was just waiting for me to walk by it. And it was the Earth card. So it has the alchemical symbol for Earth on it. And it just inspired me basically to offer to you the premise of why I think it's important to get your finances in order, why I think it's important to heal your finances, right? That's my website, Heal Your Finances. It's one of my workshops, Healing Your Finances, and it is important to me. And the reason that it's important to me and that I spend my time focusing on this kind of work is because I truly, truly believe that the most important spiritual work you could be doing, your soul could be doing at this point in time is existing in your assigned earth journey, being in your physical body, being who you are, where you are, when you are. We can get into non-linear time another time. If time even exists. Okay, I'm gonna stop tripping. But really, like, being here, this is your highest value job right now. That's my personal spiritual belief. Or you wouldn't be here. And you weren't here, and someday you won't be here. But right now, you're here. You're here in your body, your soul, and your body have been matched up, and you've been placed down on the earth in a particular way, place, time, etc. And this is your spiritual assignment, and you're here in order to truly maximize the lessons that are involved in your particular human assignment, your particular earth journey, right? So to me, earth, like when we're looking at tarot or something like that, or just elements, elemental, different concepts of elements, earth, it's like the earth journey, right? It's practicality, it's physicality, it is survival on a very animal level. And in this particular space time point, that involves money. That involves money as a representation of a physical representation of energy, effort, etc. And it involves the exchange of money, and it involves a certain system of money, which is called capitalism. This is where we are right now. So I think that this earth work is important. Learning how to work our particular earth journey, our particular money journey, ideally can not only help us work through some of these important lessons that we actually have been sent here for this particular purpose, but also it can really elevate ourselves and our communities in relationship to the economic system we're existing in, which is capitalism, right? And money, people say things like money is choices. Money gives you choice. Money gives you decision making power. Money gives you autonomy, independence. And those are things that I want for myself. And those are things that I want for the people that I work with. And those are things that I want for our larger communities. So I'm really interested in helping people elevate their finances to to be working in this human work, in this earth work, and also to be kind of helpers, protectors, vanguards in their own community of like choice making and autonomy and independence for your community, your communities, however that is defined to you. So I want to give a couple tools or to share a couple tools that I use. It's very casual, but that I use in order to touch down with the earth, right? Which touch down with this earth journey. I think we call it grounding, right? Or getting grounded. And you know, there's a lot of different meditations, tools, etc. These are just some like friends, right? I'm into friends, allies, helpers, and I'll just show them to you and offer like what they are helping, how they help me, or just that they do help me in this earth journey, and they might help you too. So one thing that I want to say is that if money and finances are something that trip you out, that make you feel fearful or anxious or panicked in a place where you get avoidant or freeze, right? Or there are things that make you kind of disassociate or leave your body, right? Then it might be really helpful for you to engage in using grounding tools when you're trying to do financial work, right? When you're trying to do your bookkeeping, get your taxes ordered, pay your bills, etc. It might be helpful to use some small grounding tools literally at that time in that space at your desk or at the table, wherever it is that you're going to do that work. And right before you're going to do that work, to just say, like, okay, I'm getting really grounded and I'm here on earth. I'm here at this table, in this body, on this earth, in this space, in this time. And I'm here and I'm gonna do this work because this work is about my survival. And this work is about elevating me and my community and healing me so that I can show up in my earth form, in my earth community, in my earth family, and be of assistance in a way that's not burdened by this anxiety and this lack of empowerment, feeling of lack of empowerment. So here's some little friends that could help you in that. One, I want to say obsidian, okay, is a crystal friend, right? Or a stone friend. I'm not sure exactly what the definition of a crystal is, but this piece of obsidian especially came to me when I started working more heavily with crystals. And I literally like held it and then I just felt so much calmer. Like this stone helps me feel really much calmer. I am fairly certain, correct me if I'm wrong, I am fairly certain that obsidian is a hardened volcanic flow, like it's a volcanic stone. I could be totally making that up, so I'll fact check that. But it was just coming to me that maybe, like, you know, that is actually, if that's true, that is earth, like not earth, like dirt, like that's coming from the center of the earth, right? That's grounding. That is coming from like a deeply rooted place in the earth. So it's an opportunity for you to touch down with a deeply rooted part of the earth, right? From inside the earth. So this is a stone. Sometimes I'll hold it if I just need to feel calm. Maybe I'm going to hold it in one hand and do my bookkeeping with the other hand. Maybe I'm going to put it on my desk. and just have it in my space. If you had a smaller piece, always crystals in the bra, if you're a bra wearing human being. Um, where your pocket, anything like that. Any way that you can have your stone near you can be really helpful. But obsidian to me is like a deeply grounding stone. Another tool is things that you take internally. At this time of year, we want to feel really warm, and I love just any kind of root vegetable, right? Like roots, they're coming from inside the earth, inside the ground, and any kind of root vegetable that you want to eat or roots that you want to make like a tea with. So I'm thinking about like turmeric and ginger are special roots. And I also was, the cinnamon was talking to me. Cinnamon is a special herb for, and used in money magic for money flow, like cash flow also, and for sweetening and warming the flow of money into your life. So I think cinnamon could be a helpful tool, either to like hang out with your friend. Smelling things can also be grounding. It brings your soul back into your body, and or you can put it in a tea, or put it in your food. Put it in some oatmeal in the morning. I kind of hate oatmeal, but it sounds grounding. So if you do not hate oatmeal, you could do that thing. And I also have a little garlic friend here. Garlic is a root vegetable, right? So ginger, garlic, adding that to stuff, just like really amping up your contact with roots in general. So maybe eating something root heavy, simultaneously with doing your financial work or right before doing your financial work. Something else I want to say, just kind of related to the garlic, is at this time of year, right now it's the beginning of November 2016, and Gregorian, and we can ground, we have a lot of access to our ancestry, our ancestors, our family ties, like souls who are hanging out on the other side of the veil. And when I first touched garlic with like the long threads or whatever plants, strings, I don't know what, grass attached to them, leaves, I guess they probably are. But I like had this really visceral feeling the first time I ever did it, and I was like, I need to braid garlic. Like it's some ancestral like, like I have to braid this garlic. So garlic like this always kind of reminds me of that connection with my ancestors. This is also a quilt that someone in my family made a long time ago that I ended up hanging out with. And I have a tincture that is I made to work with ancestral, access my ancestors. It's called Finding Trustworthiness and Where I Come From. And there's a lot of, essences and things that can help you with that, but tapping into the grounding of your family tree can be a helpful tool. So if you have a family member who you really admire around the way that they handle money, maybe it's a good time to bring out a picture of them when you're doing your financial work, right? And to just sort of ask yourself, like, what would Grandma Grace do? Or like, hey, Grandma Grace, like you'd be really proud of me. I'm gonna pay all my bills on time, and I'm doing this to take care of myself and take care of our family. So caveat, sometimes ancestry is not a grounding source for you. Maybe it makes you feel a little disassociated. So definitely trust your own judgment on that. And if it doesn't feel like the right thing to do, then don't do it, right? But if there's somebody in your family that, or in your ancestry that you do find a grounding, visceral feeling towards, then try it out. Wild turkey. I work with birds some, and wild turkey is an earth journey bird. I have a feather. I just was out. I love vibes. Okay. I was out at a friend's farm, Namu farm, for the her Korean Thanksgiving Harvest Festival, and there's wild turkeys running around on that property, and so I grabbed a feather and oh, it's really stretchy. It's really beautiful. So, wild turkey can be a grounding tool. You can meditate on just like a visual of that bird or use a feather. I have a crystal that to me, I actually don't actually literally know what type of stone it is, but I bought it because when I saw it, I immediately was like, oh, that's a wild turkey heart. So it's a stone that I work with to access wild turkey. Maybe you could drink some wild turkey. Maybe that's relaxing and that's what you need to help you with your finances. So there's a lot of ways, right? You got to do what works for you, totally. Um, Finally, like the ground is grounding. So putting your bare feet on the ground, going the hell outside, like putting your bare feet on the actual dirt is really helpful for a minute, 2 minutes. Getting out, if you work in an office, get out of the office. I don't know, just get outside, literally outside, touch the ground, touch it with your hands, touch it with your feet. Going outside and talking to some plants, taking a walk, touching some plants can be grounding and helpful. Smelling some plants. Again, I'm really into the power of scent to kind of like it really brings me back to my body. So I'm in California. We have a lot of rosemary, lavender, and those things are always available. There's roses around right now, so that's always like a really beautiful scent. So getting out, putting your feet on the earth and like smelling a couple plants, that could be a good grounding technique to say like, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to walk in the house and I'm going to handle this financial task that's been bugging me, checking your credit score, paying your bills, getting straight with your student loan people, whatever, getting organized for taxes, right? We're at the end of the year. Anyone who's self-employed, I mean, everyone in general, but people who are self-employed especially are trying to get organized for taxes, right? So I'm going to talk about that probably in my video in the next week or so, because it's a really big topic for my clients and what people are thinking about right now. But I just wanted to kind of offer this introduction and tell you where I'm coming from, why I feel so passionately about helping people heal their finances, and why I feel really honored to be a part of people's journey in that way and people's work in that way. You can find me on the internet at www.healyourfinances.com. You can find me on Instagram at money.witch. My name is Jessie Susanna. I am the Money Witch, a Money Witch. And I'm really happy to meet you. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to being with you in this space again soon. Bye.